Tulips from Amsterdam. La 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 la. Doing the Lambeth walk.
Oi, welcome to the We're Not Racist and We Love Gays podcast. My name's Lenny Sherman and this is my co-host
Ben Adams.
Yeah.
How you doing, Lenny? All right?
I'm very well, thank you, Ben. How are you?
I am bloody awful. No, I'm brilliant, really great.
No, you look good.
Thank you, mate. You look great
well.
too. You look good as well.
No, I won't give out the compliments, but I'm thanking you.
I've been walking a lot more since you said about fitness a few weeks ago.
You've been walking, yeah?
Yeah.
What have you been doing? Where are you going? What's the...
I walked all the way from Greenwich to Tottenham Court Road.
Wow.
I know, mate.
That's
I know.
a lot of walking.
It is a lot of walking. And
what was the...
It's lovely because you walk along the river, and then you get to where the tourists are, and then that's not so nice. And then you get to walk around.
Listen, any tourists listening,
if you are a tourist,
you are welcome.
But I hope you're not a tourist to the podcast. I hope you're one of our regular listeners, one of our patrons.
If you are a tourist and you're on podcast holiday, welcome.
Welcome.
I hope you get a nice tan. And
I think what we've missed out here is the We're Not Racist, We Love Gays podcast is welcoming to all. We welcome every single one of you.
Everyone's welcome.
Everyone's welcome.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
I mean, let's not call them ugly. But
and the good-looking people.
And the
good-looking, pretty ones are welcome.
Often overlooked, the good-looking ones.
They do. People think, oh, they're good-looking, let's leave them alone.
Yeah.
And that makes me feel lonely.
I
slipped that one in there, didn't I? It's an open goal.
I did a gong show the other day, and
Gong show? What's a gong show?
So a gong show is
it stand-up comedy?
It is stand-up comedy.
For context.
And a gong show is where you go up. You're supposed to have 5 minutes, but if the audience don't like you, they can gong you off. You get 1 card, 2 cards, 3 cards, and he's off.
So it's carding. It's a card show, really. But
it is a card show.
Not a gong.
Although in some gigs they do use big dildos and things, so it's not just always. I
was judge on one of them.
Were you really?
I was on the panel.
I wish you were a judge when I did it. Cool. I hadn't been doing stand up for ages, and then I came to London and I got a bit drunk. I thought I'd go watch some comedy. And then being me, they were like, anyone from the audience? And I thought, I'm going to do this with no preparation. Did not go well. But anyway, the other gong show I'm telling about is I went up, and because I was so good looking, they gonged me off within 10 seconds.
No.
They went, he doesn't need our support. He's far too good looking.
Did they actually say that?
Yeah.
Or you sensed that?
No, I just sensed it. I said, I could
see it in
tell.
their eyes.
Well, I didn't tell a joke. So as soon as I went up, they saw me and they went, no, he's too
good looking.
He's too good looking.
No, you can tell sometimes.
Yeah, you can.
It's just in their eyes, isn't it?
Well, the women were going like, with their cards. I think that was it. The women were actually fanning themselves, going, "Oh my god!" And then that was taken as their card was up.
Right.
Yeah, that's what.
So what you're saying? You're so good looking.
Yeah.
You've made them like flush.
Yes. Yeah. So they're doing. Oh, I'm
so
hot.
they've got their cards.
Yeah.
Lifted the cards to like cool themselves down.
Yeah.
And then people misinterpreted it as a
1 card. No. Oh no.
And when they go, no, I'm just fanning myself.
Yeah. No,
I'm just fanning myself because he's made me horny.
Yeah, exactly
That's what they said.
Yeah,
wow.
But oh well. But hey, you
what
win some, you lose some.
The classic scenario.
Yeah.
Happens a lot, I'd imagine.
A lot. Yeah, a hell of a lot.
Wow.
But yeah, that's it really. I just want to say about the gong show.
But you've got the you're quite a handsome fella. You've got this Hugh Granty, better than Hugh Grant, I would say. And I'm not just because you're my friend, and I'm not just saying that because I'm on our podcast. It is our podcast. But you're a better. If you're in the audience, like you're just listening. You're not seeing the thing. Get on the bloody Patreon.
Get on the Patreon. You can see my pretty face.
That said, if you're one of our blind listeners, welcome again. Welcome all.
Not just my pretty face, both of our pretty faces. You can see. You see us both.
No, I was just saying, but blind people, I'm describing.
Yeah.
Blind, and I know we have got a big blind following.
We do, and that is mainly due to our producer, Derek, the. Deaf, dumb, and blind. We can say deaf and dumb.
Is he blind now?
No, he's not. Oh, sorry, he's not blind, is he?
Hey,
All right, Derek. All right, sorry.
Fucking hell, chill out, Derek.
He's mute. He's mute. Sometimes I get the two confused.
Derek's our producer. He's a great man. You'd love him. He's a lovely little short fellow with bald head.
Yeah.
But like with like a bit like Danny DeVito, isn't he?
Yeah, I'd say. Don't take that as a compliment.
No, you're better looking, bird. Yeah, and you're
course.
taller. Obviously you're taller.
Well,
you're a bit, not that much taller though. To be fair,
Danny
DeVito's very short though.
He is very short.
But anyway, just giving you a little. And,
you do look a bit. You got a bit dark circles under the eyes there, though, Derek.
Yeah, you've little late nights lately, mate.
You all good?
You've not been not been taking anything that you shouldn't been taking, have you?
No,
you sure?
He's shaking his head. He's shaking it. Good. Right. Well done.
We'll give you the benefit. We're just looking out for you, Derek. That's all. We don't want you on the crack.
No.
Or the skag.
No more. No.
We're just looking out for you. All right. And if you are on it, just tell us. All right. We'll get you.
We're your friends. We're your friends.
All right, no. All right. Whoa. We know. But yeah, sorry. Did we not say Derek can't speak and he can't hear?
No. But he is the best producer.
He really senses what we're saying, though, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And he's a great, bloody good producer. I mean, credit where it's due.
Yeah, he's the best. He's the best. And also, he pays us. He pays the Patreon £10 a month, so he's basically one of the family, really, isn't he? Because he's.
Well, yeah, he's on a good wage.
He's on it.
He's on a good. Listen, this is why we need you on the Patreon, because we have to pay.
The best producer in London.
Well,
you are, Derek.
You are. He's very modest, man. He's modest. He is.
But anyway,
he was working in Hollywood, doing all the big Hollywood podcasts, and we're very lucky to have him. We're very grateful.
Thank you, Derek. Come. So what's been going on? What's happened this week? I mean, last week I was talking about. I sort of dipped my toe in the sort of religion.
The religious pond.
Religious pond. Yeah, sort of went in.
Tell us your experiences with a religious
pond. Basically, I mean, I used to be one of these angry atheists. I used to be one of these, I love Richard Dawkins, there is no God.
Ricky Gervais. Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
Any mad? I don't like Ricky Gervais, and I'm not just saying that because I hope I'll be cast in the next 47 series of Afterlife.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Would be nice.
Good show. Good man, Ricky. Hardy Ricky. He says what he means.
He says, "Oh God!" He does say what he means, doesn't he? Or he gets himself into trouble.
He just says it. He just says it. He ain't worried about being cancelled.
He's not. He don't care.
He don't give a fuck. He don't. That multi-millionaire with not care in the world does not give a fuck.
He don't care.
Multi-millionaire with that. He ain't got to worry if he loses everything. Well, he would. Because he'd lose everything then, but he ain't got to worry about it.
He don't
you
really,
know what I'm
They're not going to take his money away.
Don't give a fuck, does he?
That's the thing. But no,
I'm sure if he was still like working his way up the circuit, it'd be just as much a rebel.
Oh, I bet he would. I bet he would.
He wouldn't toe the line or play the game at all.
Yeah, no, you don't. You wouldn't. And I'll tell you what. And when you don't play the game, when you don't toe the line, people are really nice to you, and everything's great. You get on. Anyway.
Whoa, easy.
Whoa, you can't say nothing.
Giddy up, boy. Come back here. We're not going down that road.
Anyway. The road we are going down is the road of Jesus.
The religious road.
I would say.
All roads lead to God.
Yeah. No, but
it's a Christian thing by the sounds of it, you're saying.
Well, this is the thing.
What happened, Ben?
This is the thing. It's more of a spiritual thing. I had a bad time just before COVID. I had a really bad time. I'm living at my grandma's, as I've spoken about before. And sometimes, what like the classic cliche is, when you're in the worst moment of your life, you think, Christ, literally, what can I do? Who can I turn to? And
classic cliche.
Yeah, it is. But it worked for me. It was I was very much answered. I used to.
Hang on, answered by.
Well, I would ask for something. At first,
you pray.
Yeah, I did.
You felt vulnerable. You felt down. You prayed to God.
Yeah. And I even said to God, I know I'm a bit of a hypocrite. I haven't believed in you all this time. And
we got a bit of history.
I've been on my ass, and now, suddenly, who's knocking on the door? It's Ben.
Sorry, God. I know before I've like fucking had a pop at you, took the piss out you, that sort of thing. But listen.
But now...
it's good of you to step out.
Yeah.
Admit you was in the wrong.
I was. Yeah, I was. And
I mean, listen, if God can't forgive you, who can?
Exactly. No one could.
So what did he say?
Well, he just basically, I would get these sort of things. I mean, I'd be drunk most of the time. driving around, getting loads of points on my licence. Yeah, I know.
Drunk driving.
Yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Listen, by the way, just as a disclaimer,
never.
Some of the stories on this show may be fictional. Just for the
they may be fictional. They might not.
Allegedly,
yeah.
you was allegedly.
I was allegedly,
driving.
Yeah.
Driving. But no, seriously. But on a serious note, don't drink and drive.
Never.
It's fucking silly.
No, it's awful.
Dangerous.
It is.
You could hurt yourself and you could hurt innocent people.
Exactly. It is disgusting.
But Ben,
I'm not proud
that's just
of it.
alleged.
This
is probably a made up story. But I'm saying if it wasn't a made up story, don't drink and drive.
If it wasn't a made up story, I'd be holding my hands up saying, don't do it. I'm just telling you now.
Anyway,
that it may have happened. But anyway, and I wasn't in a good place, and I would speak, I'd pray and stuff and things like that. And what I actually found was I would start to, I'd be woken up in the morning by a sort of voice telling me to get up, go to work.
God?
God could be a spirit. That's what I'm saying. I'm not.
You're not living with anyone.
No.
Like your girlfriend.
Get up, Ben! What are you doing?
Hang on. Right. Get up, Ben! Get up! God! No, it's me! Your girlfriend, you silly bastard. Go on.
I thought it was
Go and make me breakfast. I'll have a cup of...
But no, I'd find out.
You think it was God?
I wouldn't set an alarm. And
God was waking up.
I'd get woken up.
I had this recently, similar thing. It's funny how whatever you want to call it, spiritual, God, whatever. I was on a train and I had to get off at my stop, like a lot of people do, right? But I had a kip. I'm on about a 45-minute train journey on the tube. They tend to stop. For anyone who isn't aware, the tube is the London Underground service for any of our listeners outside. Anyway, that's for reference. I was on the tube, about 45-minute journey, and they stop about every 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes, I would say. Doesn't matter. Anyway, and then I fell a kip. I was knackered. I fell a kip, and I woke up, and I was at my stop.
Wow. And
I quickly grabbed my stuff and jumped off. And I know I'm into spiritual stuff. I'm into spirit. You're a little bit. You seem like. It is, spiritual. It's I've sort of religion, but I believe in the universe and sort of, and I've benefited a lot from I'm really into positive thinking and law of attraction, and that's sort of really changed my life a lot in terms of attitude, mental strength, it makes you strong. And if anyone's listening to this thinking, pussies or whatever, it's not like this is like even like championship boxers. It's all about having the right attitude. It gives you strength. Listen, there's nothing like, but you got a little bit, I said she was a little bit embarrassed talking about it. It's understandable. But I'm saying this stuff is good stuff. It gives you strength. Even if you want to be a good fighter. Just as an example, I'm not telling people, you go, right, I can be the fucking hardest man in the world, the hardest woman in the world, the hardest whatever in the world. I can do anything. That's mental strength, mental health. That's the same thing. That's spiritual thing. That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's what I found it more of a having someone or something or any sort of force to take responsibility for. Sort of like I've got to hold myself responsible, and that's what I put it on. I sort of like, I need to be responsible for something. So, whereas when you're an atheist, nothing matters, does it? Nothing matters. It doesn't give you anything. Not thinking there's anything going on.
Atheism.
Well,
with all respect,
everyone's different. Yeah,
everyone's on their own journey,
of course. But I found that it didn't give me any sort of responsibility. I didn't have to take responsibility for my actions or how I felt or what I did. Whereas I took it as just someone above me, just to take responsibility.
Someone or something.
Yeah.
This is the thing, because I think there's that stereotype when you're growing up, or this image of God as being like some geezer with a white beard or whatever. Or a person, whereas I've sort of, and I've dabbled with religion. I found Catholicism, like Christianity, very like romantic, like the church and that, beautiful, really beautiful.
But it's very guilt.
And then
reason.
Yeah, everyone's different. This is what I'm saying. Or if like someone's going into a church, like an old woman, they're lighting a candle for their dead husband or whatever, and it gives them pleasure. They're not hurting no one. That's all cool.
Yeah.
Same with any religion. They read their books, and it's giving them strength and peace of mind.
Yeah.
Whatever religion, I work with a Muslim guy, and he's right into it, and he reads like his Quran, and he comes out with good little quotes, and it's all positive thing. It's all spiritual. This is what I'm saying, and this gives you strength and peace of mind. That's what you want.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what, and even if you're trying to achieve something, like if you're going to the gym, you have that strong mindset. It's all about mindset and everything. I think.
It's really no. It's just it's like you say. It really helped me to get out of a sort of funk. And not only that, I've completely done away with all these suicidal thoughts and things like that. I used to be I was very depressed. I sat in the woods trying to cut my own wrists. But it was terrible. But it happened. It happens, and but it was that got me through it. And
hang on, you tried to cut your wrists.
I tried to. But that's it, isn't it? I didn't have
Did you have a knife?
I had some glass. This is what I mean.
No,
it sounds pathetic.
That could have worked.
No, but it sounds pathetic.
I'm not mocking. I'm trying to make light of the situation.
Yeah, no.
And I know.
No, but I'm just talking about it. It's fine.
No, it's cool. It's good to talk about.
But yeah, no, what I did was, I'll tell you exactly what I did. Right. I put my phone on the side. I think I text someone to say what I was going to do, just one person. Wow. And then I put my phone on the side and I left. I left the house and I had prepared in my head to not come back. Shit. And it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. Oh, a long time. About 3 years ago.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Let me know next time.
Oh, well, next time. No, yeah, I will. Next time. Yeah. I'm in the woods again. No. Yeah, it was terrible. No, I'm making light of it. But yeah, it was a terrible time.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Like, kill
but
the vibe.
Don't bring it down. No, I'm trying to be like.
No, look at you now. This is what he's saying.
Exactly.
But obviously, there might be people listening to this feeling sad and
there might be people.
We all have our ups and downs, but like you're saying, how you got out of that.
Exactly.
Out of that funk. Is that the right
way? Yeah. Exactly. There might be people listening now that feel exactly like I did at that point. But I said, I gave myself up to this higher power, whatever you call it, and I found that actually asking and praying, I did get things back. Whether that was just a feeling, whether that was just answers.
Whatever it works. Whatever
answers
it was.
In my head,
whatever it was, it worked.
Exactly. And
whatever you believe in, whatever that worked. And
I don't like necessarily believe in like these organised religions because I think, well, they're all sort of want money and things like that. I say I'm a Hinduist. A Hinduist.
What's that mean?
Sort of bit of Hindu, bit of Judaism, and then a bit of Buddhism.
I don't think it really matters about labels.
No. But I'm just saying.
This is because a lot of them. I think like people say about religion. I think a lot of them they'll mean well. From my experience, I'm only going from my experience. A lot of them they'll mean well. You hear a lot of bad stuff like, well, you'll say, oh, this. Or a lot of them mean well, and it's like. Doesn't matter about labels. You might read. Like a lot these days on the internet. You get quotes and memes and all this sort of thing, and they might be a quote from Christianity. You'd be great. So what? You like that? Another one, Buddhism. You get a lot of good Buddhist stuff. I think in my, and then you might see a good quote from like the Quran, like Islam stuff. So all of them. It doesn't matter. It's just a label. You know what I mean? These things give you strength and It's all very similar sort of things. It's all got like this faith in this spiritual thing, whatever it is. A lot of people call it the universe, which I like. The universe gives you things back. Sort of like
exactly.
I believe in that. I've experienced stuff like that. And like what you're saying, you and a lot of people. This is why you hear a lot of these success stories. This is very good to remember, especially if you are feeling down and like. But a lot of the people who have done really well, like your superstars and famous actors, or just not even to that extent, they've hit rock bottom to get like that. Yeah. And so it's sort of a good launch pad if you are. I'm not saying get down, but like you know what I mean. It's don't stay there. You can use that to drive you.
Exactly.
Like adversity drives you. This is slightly different. I like last year, I was like going on dates and getting like elbowed by women.
That's what you're into.
And I used it. No, like getting dumped, right? Or getting, but I would use that to drive me. Same with comedy, acting, whatever. You don't get a part, or you don't get or you think, fucking hell, how comes they're on telly and I'm not? Oh, they've got this, and you can't. You use that to drive you.
Yeah.
And you have to say good luck to them and all. It's like, well, if they can do it, anyone can do it.
Exactly.
Or anyone can do it. You have to, because there's plenty for everyone. But my point being, don't like use it to drive you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Use it to. You can play the victim like a lot of. You can be a victim, or you can use it to drive you. It's really up to you.
Exactly, yeah. But yeah, that's
serious, deep podcast.
It is a bit serious.
Sort of thing we
deep,
would take the piss
yeah,
out of.
it would, yeah. No, but
it's
this
good,
is
it's valid.
honest and genuine.
It is true, yeah, of course.
We're not doing this to earn money. We're doing the
it's
podcast.
interesting. It's interesting. No, it's good to share the experiences.
Yeah.
And hopefully it does help people.
Let's hope so.
But yeah, no, it's very, very, very. I mean, this is definitely something we'll take. But very brave of you to say. I didn't know that. And if you are,
thank you,
if you are filled down, you know,
but see, I don't
reach out, Ben. Reach out.
I've always been very open, and I don't think it's not so much brave. I'm not trying to be brave. I'm just saying, this is what I went through. This is how I got out of it.
This is good. This works for me. It's good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've had stuff like that. I like the visualisation stuff when it's a lot of it sounds like such bollocks. But when you've had, and I get it, and I used to be like that. But in time, I've grown and grown and grown, like spiritually and as a person. And the people never think it to look at me, but they see the turnaround in your life, and you see the results, and you're like, even with the fitness, I was really driven, never give up. All like this and doing things and achieving goals and everything. Like never give up. You know what I mean?
Never give up ever. There's no need to give up ever.
Well, no, you do feel like it. Not everyone's strong in that. But I'm just saying. But it's good. I think what you're saying there. This is you're not saying to people ramming it down people's throats or whatever. But what you are saying is, this is what happened to me.
Yeah.
But listen, if you don't want to, if you're not interested, fair enough. But I'm just saying to you, if you're feeling down, I've got no. This is what happened to me. It can happen to you, and you do that a lot. And you do experience that sort of thing.
Exactly. And that links into what I was going to talk about positive story. Should we have a positive story of the week?
I think we've just had one, but let's have another one.
No. Positive story.
What you got? You got one?
Well, I've got. Have you got one? I've talked enough.
You've got no. You wanted to get no. Go.
Well, something happened the other day, and I was like, oh, that was nice. That was nice. Couldn't believe it. Because I see loads of people. I
do love this new. There's a glow about you now. And I do like it.
Thanks, mate.
I do love that.
Good.
I'm like, I can't stand negative people. And I know we all have our ups and downs. You go, moaners. No one wants a moaner. No one wants a moaner.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I can. Sometimes it happens.
Listen, we all do. We all do. But we have to try and let it go.
Exactly. Just
let it go. Let it fly past. And try and be happy.
But like with this, so sometimes you open the door for someone there and say thank you, especially in London. A lot of the times it happens in London.
Bad manners really get on my tits. Do you know that? If I'm like when I was doing like the dating thing or texting, someone, not so much with geezers like mates who I've known and we've got a lot in the bank. Like people like if you're they don't like bad manners. Really fucking massive red flag. For me. Someone's got bad manners.
Yeah. I hate it. It drives me mad. They're like, I'm going to call you later, and they don't call you. It's just like, come on, I'm not a knob. Just be honest with me.
Right.
Let's act it out.
Right, let's do it out. You lead. I want to see what
okay. Oh, you're right. Imagine this is texting or call. I'll call you.
Oh, whatever.
Hello. Right. It's ringing. Cool. Hello, Lenny. Hello, Lenny. You all right there?
Oh, hello, Susan.
Yeah. I tell you what. It was lovely the other night seeing you. I'll call you. I'll call you in an hour. Is that all right?
Yeah, great. Yeah, all right. I'll speak to you now. Thank you, Susan. Cut to an hour later. Hey? Yeah, no, I'm expecting a phone call. Yeah, any minute now. It drags on. Cut to the next day.
You call me.
Hello, Susan. Susan.
Hello.
You alright, Susan?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Oh, thanks for picking the phone up.
What?
You said you was going to call me yesterday in an hour.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I was watching telly or something.
You was watching telly?
Yeah, just watching telly or something.
Why you...
What's wrong with that?
Well, you said you'd call me.
Oh, yeah, but I didn't.
Yeah, well, don't say you're going to call me then if you're not going to call me.
Alright, chill out.
No, but it's just a bit rude, isn't it?
Nah. Look, I'm busy. Rudeness.
Susan? Susan? Susan?
Hello.
You slag. Sorry. I would never do that. Walk away gracefully if you do. That was comedy.
Just manners.
Listen, never lower yourself to other people.
No.
Bloody Susan here.
But it's just manners, isn't it? So like I was saying
Yeah,
about
of course it
holding the
is.
door open. Just
All
say
right,
thank
let's switch the scenario.
Okay.
Let's do the other way round.
All right, go on then.
I'll bill you. I'm gonna go and have a shower and I'll ring you in half hour.
All right, no worries.
Cool. Cut to half an hour later. Cut to 45 minutes later.
What a lovely 45 minutes I've just had.
I think you should ring me.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Ring, 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 ring.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Oh God, I was supposed to ring you, wasn't I? But sorry, I got mistracked because there's a leak in the cornflakes packet.
Oh, don't worry. I know what
I had to
cornflakes.
clean more. I do apologise. Sorry about that.
Don't worry about it.
Anyway, how are you? How is the? Did you get that new rubber dinghy?
I did get the new rubber dinghy. It's fantastic.
Brilliantly. So you're gonna go out and see in it, yeah?
Well, I was thinking maybe we could go out in the sea in it.
That'd be lovely.
Yeah, because I remember from when I spoke to you before, because I remember things like that.
Yeah.
That you were saying that you love rubber dinghies.
I'm really, really into rubber dinghies since I was a child. Yeah.
Amazing. What are you doing this weekend?
Nothing.
Oh, lovely. Well, I'll tell you what, right? I'll set it up and we'll both go out on the rubber dinghy at the weekend.
Cool. See you then.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.
And scene. That was a happy ending.
It was.
That was a way to deal with it.
But that's what I was going to say, is that bad manners, you could be a guy with good manners, but then if you're in London and there's constant bad manners, sometimes you can start going, do you know what, I'm not even going to bother. I'm not even going to bother anymore. And those bad manners are now making you annoyed.
But this is where you have to rise above it.
Yeah.
Don't let other people drag you down.
Sometimes that sort of stuff can get you and you think, God, you know what, I'm never going to trust anyone. I'm never going to be nice to anyone ever. But coming to this positive story, I started thinking like that. Bloody London. And I'm standing around, I'm going to a gig, standing outside a shop somewhere having a cigarette. A bloke comes up to me. He looks a bit dirty. He's probably a bit homeless.
A bit homeless?
A bit homeless.
What
a little bit homeless.
A little bit homeless?
Yeah. A
Which
little
bit
bit.
of him?
Mainly his face. It was a bit
homeless
dirty.
face.
Yeah, he had one of them homeless faces.
What about his feet?
I didn't look at his
look
feet.
homeless?
No, I don't know. I didn't look at his feet.
Oh, which bits didn't look homeless?
His arms were all right.
Like
he had a high vis on as well.
All right. Where do you think his arms would have lived?
Clapham.
Two bedroom.
Yeah, I reckon. Maybe his arms lived there, but his head definitely was in the streets of Whitechapel. It was. So he looked a bit homeless, and he came up to me, and he had his phone. He went, "Oh, excuse me, mate, my phone doesn't work." And I was thinking, "Oh yeah, here we go."
No line.
Yeah.
Bullshit line.
I've got a baby, and my phone doesn't work. And he didn't have a baby.
I need money for a hostel. Is the old classic.
Oh, the other day. Someone came up to me. She went, "Oh, I need a tenner. I've got £8." And I went, "Oh, okay. Well," and she went, "Have you got any change?" I went, "I think I've got a couple of quid." Saw my wallet. She went, "You got a tenner in there?" And I went, "Oh, okay." And I went, "Well, you've got £8." She went, "Yeah." I gave her the tenner.
No.
She chucked about £2 at me. Went, "It's all I got." Ran off. And I was like, "Right, that's never happening again." Leading on to this, the guy comes up to me.
Bless your heart, though.
I can't help it. I've got heart gold.
Naive, very naive.
I was, especially I hadn't lived in London for ages when that happened.
Fresh little carrot crumbs.
Exactly, I know. But she probably got some drugs that night. She didn't have to suck a dick for some drugs that night. So good on her. I'm glad I could help. But
I've got nothing to add to that.
No, fair enough. But so this guy comes up to me. "Oh, my phone's broken." Blah blah. I went, "Okay." He went, "Can you?"
My phone's broken. Can I have a tenner for some drugs? I must be getting a crack in it. A little crack. That must be a tenner, I think.
Oh, I don't know.
Derek, how much is? Don't worry. It's all right.
No, he's saying, yeah.
There's a tenner.
He's saying tenner, yeah.
Cheers.
You haven't been doing it anymore, though, have you?
No, we don't want any.
No.
Put your phone away. Fucking hell.
Jesus. No.
Well, you know someone.
Like
How do you know someone?
He's like.
How do you know someone? But we'll chat after.
Yeah.
Go on, Ben. Sorry,
anyway,
mate.
so this guy, he's telling me about his phone doesn't work. Can you phone someone for me? And I'm thinking, okay. And I'm thinking, right, I reckon what's going to happen here is I'm going to ring the person and he's going to go, let me talk to him. And then he's gone off with my phone, right? That's what I'm thinking. Shouldn't have thought that, but anyway.
Well, no, you got to be careful.
You got to be careful. So anyway, I go, yeah, what's the number? I'll phone up, and I go, oh, who am I phoning? He goes, oh, I just need to tell her that I'm here, that I'm outside the shop. And I went, okay, what's her name?
Can she bring her tenors back?
I said, what's her name? He goes, Mel. So I phone up this woman, and she goes, hello? I go, oh, hi, is that Mel? She goes, it's Melissa.
Oh.
I go, all right. Sorry, I've got Charles here, whatever his name is.
Homeless Charles.
Homeless Charles. And he's waiting outside a shop for you. She went, yeah, oh, no worries, tell him I'll be there in a second. Hung up. He goes, oh, thank you so much for that, mate. My phone was broken. I didn't think... And obviously she's sort of a support worker or something. And it was all fine. He didn't mug me. Nothing. I did something good that day.
Support worker. Okay.
I thought, well, it was. No. She was very middle class. And my name is Melissa. Oh, is it? See, straight away you're like, nah, mate. I know all the tricks.
But just don't get involved with them. God bless them. I do listen. I've given homeless people money. The best thing, get them food. I think, in my opinion, my juice. Listen,
get so much food.
I'll tell you. I'll say that. I'll give them money before.
Yeah,
look,
sometimes.
Go and have your bit of drugs. Have your bit of pleasure.
But the thing is, I was expecting the worst, and turns out I actually just
by the way, listen,
someone.
any of our homeless, and I know we have got a very big homeless following.
Do you know what we have? Especially on our Patreon.
If you are listening, God bless you. Thank you.
If you're going to say to someone, I need money to get into a hostel, make sure it's before 7 p.m. Because they do close.
Why don't we do a little thing? If you mention our podcast, I'm trying to figure out what to do, what they can do. When they're begging for money or whatever.
If you go, I need £5 to subscribe to Ben and Lenny's Patreon.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. But no, listen, I'll tell you what, homeless people, by and large, listen, not being funny, give them a pass. But if you do see one, I'll tell you what, have your little card and put their Twitter handle, our handles on the card, give them a tenner. Right? That's a good deal.
On your little sign,
we're just helping the homeless. And all our other listeners, if you see, pop them a little tenner, just once. Or if you've got any crack on you, give them a little bit of crack.
But if you are thinking, shall I subscribe to their Patreon or shall I give this man a tenner? Always the Patreon. Always go.
And we'll filter that through to them somehow in the form of pleasure.
I'll call Melissa.
We'll filter
I've got her number.
Have you still?
I've got saved it. Yeah. So I'll get in touch.
And homeless Charles.
Homeless Charles.
Where's that to him?
He was all right, but that's what I'm saying. It was nice because I was like, I actually did help someone there rather than just get mugged off.
No, it could have gone wrong. It
could have gone terribly wrong, yeah.
I remember I was working somewhere, right, and there's this geezer out the front having a kip. Homeless as you like. Homeless as you like, right?
Yeah.
I went out there, give him a tenner. Might have been a £5. Not sure, doesn't matter. Anyway, I'll give him a bit of dough, right? I said, go on, mate, get yourself some breakfast. He said, thanks, mate, bless you. I thought, I felt good. It does feel good doing that.
Yeah.
I ain't going to lie. I didn't film it. I didn't talk about it on the pod. Oh, never mind. But anyway, no, it did feel good. I slipped that joke in. That was on the thing. Give me the credit. But it did feel good, and you feel like you're doing a good thing. But what happened? This geezer, I'm not joking, I was working at this place all day. He's turned up about an hour later. And bearing in mind, this is about 7 in the morning.
Oh, God.
He turned up about an hour later, pissed as a pudding, fucking shouting at hollering everyone, offering people out, fucking, I thought, oh, fucking hell.
You've done that.
That was me, that was on me. Some poor cow probably got a right hand. He's on the old wife beaters, you're the old... And smash the shit out of someone. So listen, you think you're doing a good thing when you give them money sometimes, but, they might go and get drunk on them and beat the shit out of someone. So maybe next time you're going to give them a tenner, think, actually, I might give that to the podcast instead, because they do listen, and it's just helps support that. So you are supporting them in that way, I suppose.
Yeah. It all goes. And obviously we support Derek as well. And
Derek's not homeless.
Well, he's not homeless, no. But
yeah, he's one of the top producers in the land.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know it sometimes with those. Derek, with your eyes sometimes, come on. He knows he's all right. You can take a joke. He can take a joke. Well, I think that was pretty positive. I think that's ended on a positive note.
Of course it is. We always, the whole vibe is positive. Ultimately, it's entertainment and it's fun.
Such a vibe.
It's fun. It's nice to know people are listening and putting money into the paper. We appreciate that. And God bless everyone, all our blind following, all our homeless following, all our every other
able-bodied.
All the following.
And also, do get yourself checked for ADHD if you need to.
Obviously, I had
we're just looking out for you. We're looking out for you.
So we are saying these homeless people. All jokes aside now. Listen, all jokes aside. If you see homeless, anyone in need, help them out. Give them a bit of money. Get them a cup of tea. You don't know what they're going through. They might have had like a bad upbringing. They might have an addiction problem. They might have ADHD. Just help.
Just banging the table.
Yeah. Help them out.
You should help them out. Yeah, you should help them.
Because there's been so many ADHD deaths, and it's rising. The numbers are rising. Derek, what are this week's figures for the ADHD deaths? ADHD deaths.
ADHD
deaths.
Yeah.
88 million. What was it last year?
It's like in the thousands.
8 million. So there's
million.
a rise in ADHD deaths, guys. We need to.
Oh, come on, guys. Come on.
Support those podcasts, those ADHD comedians. Go to a comedy club. Support a comedy club.
Support your local comedians all you can because they need it.
Apparently now 75% of comedians in a comedy club will have and talk about ADHD. Now, apparently I'm hearing
it's gone up.
80%
80% now at least.
And rising.
Yeah.
So, support.
So do support them. Do think about.
But no, anyway, listen, nice positive show today.
Lovely.
God bless you, Ben. Glad you're still with us.
God bless you.
God bless everyone. Derek, thank you, sir.
Thanks, Derek.
And thank you, everyone.
See you next week. All right.
Have a great week, gang.
Have a lovely week. We'll see you later.
Come on! Let's spring again. I'll bring again. Shooters from Amsterdam.